everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Well, today is the wrap up. This is part 3 of my Middle Eastern fragrance haul. I've picked up some new ones on the market and some older ones that I've always wanted to smell, and I found them for a good price. So I was like, why not? But if you are interested to see the wrap up, to see what I've picked up, what's new in the collection, please continue to watch. If you are new here, beautiful, welcome to the channel. I do hope you consider subscribing. We have lots of fun here and we smell good too. And if you are returning, hey friend, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Again, that does help for us to grow. And let's get right into this video. So these first 2 fragrances that I will present, I've actually done a video on it already. It's already up on the channel. I will try and link it down below. So I won't spend too much time talking about these fragrances, but they are good, okay? They are really, really, really good. The first up is Pink Blush. Baby, when I tell you, this thing smells like Yum Bougie Marshmallow. The notes in here are raspberry, apple, and nectarine at the top. There's coconut, strawberry, orange blossom in the mid, and then there's whipped cream, sugar, and vanilla down in the base. When I tell you this one, she is, I would say, better than Marshmallow Blush, only because I feel like this one smells more closely to Marshmallow Blush. Whereas, you know, Paris Corner said it's not a dupe, and it does wear a little more lemony to me. But this one, you guys, if you have not gotten your nose on this, I don't know what you're waiting for. She is like $30 on Amazon or something like that. Once she gets really popular, the price might go up. I'll try and link it down below, but it's good. Like I said, I have done a video on this. It's on my channel. I'll try and link it down below if you want more of a in-depth review, because I compare some other fragrances to this one as well as the original. But baby, get your nose on this, okay? Pink Blush by Shams Al Emirates. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Pardon me if I am not. Let's move on. Up next is Delicious Bouquet by Afnan. This, of course, is supposed to be duping Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, and it's doing a pretty good job. Now, I would say to me, this one wears a little bit more spicy and a little bit more vanillic, if you will. I know a lot of people say that the original went too lemony on them. In my opinion, this one does not have that as an issue. It wears a little more sweet vanillic, but it does still smell like Devotion. So here's what I will say. Keep in mind, I did do a full review on this one in the video with Pink Blush. So make sure you check that one out, because I do compare this one to other dupes. But the original one has a good balance, in my opinion, of the lemon and vanilla. This one is a little more vanillic, spicy. And then the Devotion, or not Devotion, but the Victoria by Lattafa is a little more airier, if you will. So it wears lighter and fresher. So check that video out if you are on the fence of which one to get. But this one, she is really, really good, and a little bit more warm, spicy, vanillic version of Devotion, if you will. So this is Delicious Bouquet from Afnan. Up next is Gigglepuff. This is inspired by House of Sillage Hufflepuff. I've never smelled that fragrance, so I don't have, firsthand knowledge of if this actually mimics the original. But I did get this after watching Sharita M. She talked about this fragrance and how it was damn near a spot on dupe of the original. So she influenced me to buy this one. And I've never smelled, like I said, the Hufflepuff. Those little cupcakes are super duper expensive. I've had one in the past. I got rid of it. I want to say it was Passion de l'Amour. It just wasn't for me. It's a beautiful scent. I know it is well loved. I want to say Sharita loves it, but it wasn't for me, and I got rid of that one. Gigglepuff is a beautiful, fruity, floral, gourmand fragrance. I'm on the brand's website, and I'll read to you the notes. There's lemon, grapefruit, coconut, cream accord. Y'all know I love me some coconut. In the mid, there's peach pulp, vanilla bourbon, gardenia, and jasmine. And in the base, there's musk, benzoin, vanilla bean, absolute, and caramel. This is a beautiful, lemony, fruity, gourmand fragrance. Like, you do get the caramel. It almost smells like if you've ever smelled the Cirque du Soleil fragrance. Like, you get all of these different gourmand facets with a beautiful vanilla that's not overdone. This can kind of remind you of some of the lemony cupcakey type of fragrances that are on the market, like the one from Forever Mood. Like, I wouldn't say Devotion, but I would probably say like Victoria from Lattafa, because it's lighter and airier. This is really pretty. Again, for the third time, I have not smelled the original, but if it smells anything like this, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a very cakey, lemony, sweet, gourmand fragrance that I smell the coconut in here that, in my opinion, is not doing the absolute most. I think this is a fragrance that's safe to wear in the heat. You're not going to choke yourself out. You're not going to choke out your friends. I don't think that it will become cloying or anything like that, because it's not like syrupy or really, really heavy or thick. It kind of wears like Victoria from Lattafa, to me, in my opinion. But I'm happy to have this. I have worn this one time, so I really cannot give you longevity projection with any confidence, because like I said, I've only worn it once. I sprayed it, all down my arm just to get a good whiff of it. I want to say it gave me about 5 hours worth of wear, but I am going to continue to wear this, spray this, show it some love. And I'll have a huge maceration update video coming probably at the end of June. I've had a ton of fragrances that I've picked up over the last year, some that have been sitting the entire time. Like, I've got some thoughts on Empire Victor, but I want to wrap it all up in one great video. So she'll be in there as well, but of course she'll only be, a month and a half old, but at either rate, she'll be in there as well. So this is Gigglepuff by, y'all, give me a minute with the name, okay? Hikayat Attar. Y'all let me know how I did with the name in the comments. Up next is Molten Caramel by Paris Corner. This, y'all, is so good. And when I tell you it smells like an intensified version of Chirosa 71, I am not kidding. If you love that body spray and you've ever wanted it in a perfume, here it is. Here it is. And she did not disappoint. She is projecting. She is lasting. She smells just like Chirosa 71 without doing too much. To me. Now, if you're sensitive to, caramel, lactonic, sweet fragrances, you might want to go a little light on the sprays. But baby, this one is good. It has top notes of white chocolate. In the heart, there is caramel and milk. And in the base, there's brown sugar, praline, and vanilla. Does that not sound like the best dessert you have ever had? Now, this to me smells almost like caramel popcorn as it's cooking. Like, you smell the caramel heating up. And that moment that it mixes with the buttery popcorn and it's being mixed around, this smells so good. Oh, this smells so good. I'm gonna put some on. I'm gonna put some on just because I want to. You will smell like an absolute snack. You will smell like you're at a fair, like you are at a carnival, like you are at Cirque du Soleil. Like, this is, and it's somewhat intense when it first sprays out, but it does dial down a little bit, but you still smell it. You still get all of those beautiful nuances, like the caramel, like the brown sugar. And to me, it smells like a buttered caramel snack that's like fresh though. Like, you still kind of get the freshness from when it's first mixed. I don't know if I'm describing this well, but when I tell you it smells like 71, Chirosa 71, and that smells like caramel popcorn to me, but it's more intense, that's what this is in a bottle. So if you've ever wanted it in a perfume, Paris Corner says, baby, I got you for the summertime. It's not too cloying to me. It doesn't get obnoxious to me. This is something that is a fun scent that I could spray on my 10-year-old and I don't have a problem wearing as a grown adult. Okay, so try her out. I want to say I picked mine up at Burlington. Baby, when I tell you Burlington, been out here carrying the Latifahs, the Paris Corners, everything. The Afnans, it's all at Burlington. And so I'm here for it because it's accessible. Sometimes when you order on these different sites, they take forever. You know, the tariffs is here. So folks, shipping and packaging is being held up everywhere. I don't have time for that. If I can go up the street and get my fragrance, that's what I'm going to do. But if you don't have a Burlington near you, I will try and link this down below so you can have access to it. So if you are someone that loves a super sweet fragrance that has some white chocolate that will have you smelling like a caramel popcorn snack, get your hands on Molten Caramel by Paris Corner. Up next is Mayar by Latifah. This is a really pretty fun, almost tropical type of fragrance. Like, it smells like there's tons of juice and fruit and just almost like biting into like a nectarine and having it kind of run down the sides of your mouth. Like, it's a very fun, juicy, or watery type of fragrance. Now, this one has a lychee, raspberry, and violet leaf at the top. In the mid, there is a white rose, peony, and jasmine. And in the base, there's musk and vanilla. I'm not getting a ton of musk from here, and maybe that is, I'll have to wait to get to the super duper dry down. But this one is just watery and juicy. Like, this is the epitome of summer fun. Like, you could take this on vacation. You could take this to the beach with you. You could just grab and go if you are just hanging out at the house. Maybe you have a pool in the backyard, or you got a slip and slide with the kids and you want to have a little bit of fun. Like, this is one of those fun type of scents. Now, you could certainly still wear this, you know, out with the girls, you know, brunch and all of the things, but you'll smell like juicy and fruity and like the fun friend, the one that doesn't take themselves too seriously. This is very easily a pretty girl, effortless, fun scent. This fragrance, like I said, is not a new release. It released in 2022, but it's something that I think if you are a lover of fresh, fruity, somewhat juicy tropical scents, this will be a great one to add to your collection. It is easy reach. It is not complicated. I don't have longevity on this one because I haven't had it that long. It's a part of the haul, so it is new to the collection. But I mean, these type of fragrances, if you can get a good 4 to 6 hours out of it, or 4 to 5 hours out of it and have to top up, I don't think that's a bad deal. Usually Latifah fragrances are going to give you at least that, baby, at least, if not more. So get your hands on this one. I would say this is a good pickup for the summertime, an easy reach type of fragrance that can take you out on vacation and carry you through. This is Mayar from Latifah. Up next is Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi. This fragrance is one that I've wanted to get my hands on probably for a year now. This has some of my favorite notes. There's passion fruit in here. There's coconut in here. This is a fruity, a floral gourmand. This is likened to your Bouquet by Tiziana Terenzi. Also your Herba Pura by Gigglepuff. And it kind of sits in that family. It also sits in the same family of the Al Haramain Amber Oud, the gold one, which, you know, kind of all smells like Herba Pura. I'm not sure which one came out first, so I don't know who duping who, but they all kind of smell alike. Now, I have smelled Bouquet. I have smelled the one from Al Haramain, and also Herba Pura. They don't bother me, but this one, in my opinion, is a little bit fresher, if you will, somewhat lighter wearing. It doesn't become cloying to me. If you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I've worn, the dent is already down to here. I've worn this a few times, sprayed it all over me, and had myself a good time. Okay, this fragrance opens with mandarin, grapefruit, and lemon, and it doesn't smell too citrusy like it's doing too much. There's passion fruit, white flower, peach, pear, and coconut, my favorite. And because it's in the heart, it kind of just blooms throughout the entire wear on my skin. And in the base, there's vanilla, benzoin, and amber. This is a good one. This one is a good one. This one is going to give you your life. It's going to give you a full day's wear. Like I said, I overspray, so she lasted all day for me. But let me know down in the comments. Like I said, I know this is not new, but if you have this in your collection, what do you think about it? How do you feel like it compares to the other fragrances mentioned? Your Herba Pura, your Al Harmain Amber Oud Gold, your Curated by Tiziana Terenzi. Like, do you feel like this one surpasses, or do you like one of the other ones a little bit better? You let me know. But super happy to have this one in my collection, and she will be getting worn and ran through all summer long. This is Mohra from Lattafa. This fragrance is a rose forward scent. The notes in here are rose, lychee, and pink pepper. We're not going Delina route, okay? In the mid, there's rose, musk, and lily of the valley. And in the base, there is musk, vanilla, and patchouli. Now, this fragrance definitely get the rose in here. I get a little bit of the pink pepper as well as the lychee. But when I tell you that the patchouli in here did not come to play, okay? This is giving that Middle Eastern vibe when you smell this fragrance. Now, this one is said, or not said, but there's a lot of people on Fragrantica that thinks this smells like the Favorite by Penhaligon's. I'll try and pop a picture up of the bottle, but you will see that some similarities between this bottle and that one. And I do have a sample of the Favorite from Penhaligon. I actually have a whole sampler set. I'm going to be doing a Discovering the House video for Penhaligon's, but I do have a sample to kind of refresh myself of what it smells like. Again, this one from Lattafa, you for sure get the rose. It's rose dominant. You get a lychee in there. It makes it a little bit fruity. You smell a little bit of the florals, the white florals, but you definitely smell the patchouli. So if you are sensitive to that, please keep that in mind. I've only worn this once because, like I said, I just got it. I sprayed it out and let it sit for a couple of days. I wore it once and it was pretty. It kind of reminds me of a floral fragrance that you might wear to church or maybe some sort of outdoor event, because it is floral but also heavy, and I think it would be pretty in the air. Like if you were at the Kentucky Derby or something like that, and you had on your big old hat and your beautiful little dress, and you know, you're doing the thing. This is something I think you could easily wear to an event like that, and it won't like die on you. Like it won't stop working for you, if you will. This is somewhat of a heavy floral fragrance. So if you are sensitive, be careful, because Mohra did not come to play. This is a fragrance that I think is very beautiful. Let me know down in the comments, do you have this one? How often do you wear it? Do you feel like it is somewhat of a big, loud fragrance? Because it does smell that way to me. So this is the sampler that I have, and it's actually really cute, side note. And it comes with like 10 or 11 fragrances, but the Favorite is the 4th one in here. So I sprayed that out, let it sit on the tester. To me, these fragrances don't really smell the same. The Favorite smells more musky, floral to me. With the one from Lattafa, it smells floral, but a little juicier, fruitier type of scent. Yeah, the Favorite is more musky. The note breakdown for this one is violet, freesia, and mandarin orange. At the top, in the mid, there's mimosa, iris, and jasmine. And in the base, there's musk, sandalwood, and ambroxan. I definitely get a ton of florals. I don't really smell the mandarin, but I get a ton of florals and a ton of powderiness. I'm assuming it's coming from the musk as well as the mimosa. The mimosa can kind of give off a powdery vibe, but to me, they don't really smell the same. They do not smell the same. This fragrance is bigger, louder, fruitier, more floral. I can tell off rip this one is going to give you your life when it comes to longevity compared to the one from Penhaligon's. Now, the favorite is a beautiful scent, and I'll go into more detail when I actually do the discovering the house video. But to me, they couldn't be further apart. They couldn't be further apart. They're both, in my opinion, like pretty scents, church appropriate scents, people that like beautiful floral scents. But this one takes on a juicier vibe. It's bigger, it's louder, it's, compared to that one, it's almost beast mode, okay? Let me know down in the comments if you have this one and what your thoughts are. Okay, you guys, so we are down to our last fragrance for the video. This one is somewhat of a controversial fragrance. Not a lot of people talk about this one. Well, the original, I should say. I wouldn't say, the Middle Eastern fragrance, but the scent profile. It's kind of one of those that if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you kind of really, really don't. But this last one is from Lattafa. It's called Sutoor. Sutoor. I'm going to go with Sutoor. But this is supposed to smell like bitter peach from Tom Ford. Now, I do have that fragrance. I love that fragrance. It was a gift from my sisters for one of my birthdays. I requested it. I love it, okay? But I wanted to see if this one actually smelled similar. And, Tom Ford fragrances are high. And if you can get you a cute little dupe, or you can make your original bottle last because you like the scent profile, why not, baby? Why not? So I'm going to read to you the notes. There are a ton of them, okay? There's peach, cardamom, blood orange, and heliotrope at the top. In the mid, there's rum, brandy, davana, and jasmine. And in the base, there's a vanilla, benzoin, cashmere wood, sandalwood, tonka bean, styrax, vetiver, patchouli, and labdanum. Whew. Okay, ton of notes, but it is a complex fragrance, whether you have the original or this one. So I have sprayed the tester here and let this dry a little bit, and I'm just trying to familiarize myself with it. The other one is going to be sprayed with the bitter peach. Okay, so the Sutoor from Lattafa wears lighter. The Tom Ford Bitter Peach is a heavier scent on the card. Now, to read the notes of these two fragrances, they are literally the exact same. And I want to say the breakdown in everything is like the exact same. So I'm sure there was probably a different amount of certain things added to each fragrance to cause the difference. But I would say the Tom Ford wears a little more bold, a little more heavy, like there's more spice, like there's more woodiness to it, like the rum notes and the brandy notes are heavier in the Tom Ford scent. I love this one. Now, this fragrance is something that I tend to wear when it's cold because it is a bigger, louder, spicier type of scent that I just don't feel like I can pull off when it's hot outside. Now, something like this, yes, it's a gourmandy type of scent, but I feel like I can still pull that off in the summer. Even with your Molten Caramel, I feel like I can pull this off in the summer and in the winter, because the gourmands are cute in the wintertime. But this Tom Ford, this baby right here, she is cold month only for the most part. She's cold month only. So I would say I get the peach, I get some florals, some woodiness, and some spice, but it's a little lighter wearing. Yeah, on the Tom Ford card, like the spices are coming through more. The cognac, the brandy, the rum note is coming through more, and it wears a little heavier. It's almost like this is a more masculine version, and the one from Lattafa could be a little bit more feminine, if you will. So if you have ever struggled with bitter peach and thought it was doing the most, you may want to give Sutoor a try from Lattafa. The fragrance wears a little more airy, a little bit more light. In my opinion, it's not a new release, so it might be a little hard pressed to find, but if you do find it, you'll probably be able to pick it up for a very, very affordable price. I want to say I got mine from the Burlington for the cute $16.99. So I probably wouldn't pay more than that, more than like $20-$25 if you find it online, like at an Amazon or something like that. But it's an acceptable dupe. Would I say it's spot on? No, but it's acceptable. And for the price point, if you like that scent profile and your coins ain't coining the way you need them to, she'll do. Sutoor will do in a pinch, okay? This baby will do in a pinch. So again, this is Sutoor by Lattafa, an inspired fragrance of Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. Alrighty, you guys, so that is it for today's video. This is the completion of my Middle Eastern fragrance haul. Hopefully, you know, there's not too much more that I'm going to end up picking up, but I will update you guys all in a maceration update video on a lot of the fragrances that I picked up over the last year and talk a bit about how any of these have changed. I know that they're somewhat new, so they may not have developed as the other ones have, but you let me know down in the comments what fragrances you are loving, any Middle Eastern ones you have hauled here recently, or if you're looking to get your hands on any of these. I would love to know down in the comments. As always, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It does help for us to grow, and make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Make sure you're being kind to others, and peace and love, y'all. The world needs it. Bye.